So what I wanted to talk a bit about the relationship of MCBC and our congregations to the national church, and specifically since the coming together of Mennonite Church, and the General Conference, so this merger in 2000. And because of my work on the General Board for Mennonite Church Canada, I was exposed to some of those things and some of those conversations that I normally haven't been as a pastor of a BC church. And part of that created quite a furor within some of our churches in British Columbia. This concern about belonging to a larger body, belonging to Mennonite Church Canada, belonging to a larger body that incorporated other congregations that there was some conflict with or concerns about for congregations in BC, and how we go about navigating that when we have concerns or differences of theological understandings between an area church or congregations in another place. And so one of the things we did was create this ACOM, Area Church Only Membership category, uniquely for British Columbia congregations, so that there'd be a way for them to be able to connect with, still stay within the fold, but not have to connect with congregations that they felt ill at ease with, or thought maybe theologically they weren't in the right place. On being on the General Board of Mennonite Church Canada always struck me as quite an irony. Most of the time I was on the board, the representative from BC would be from an ACOM congregation. So we'd have ACOM leaders on the board of the national church that their congregation wasn't part of, making decisions for the national body that they were saying, we don't want to be part of this community. It just is a strange thing that we created. I think it was done in order to find how do we build community when we disagree on some theological points, and this was one way to do that. But it also felt very, something is not quite right here. So I'm glad we've been able to do that, but I'm still wondering whether this is really the best way for us to work together. So I think how do we work in the future at relationships between congregations across a country? And can we find ways, the same way as I can relate to you as a brother pastor in another congregation where we might have some theological differences, but we have enough in common that we can work with each other on? Can we do the same thing with congregations that are in different parts of the country where there may be some differences we have, but is there enough that we can continue to work with each other on? So I'm hoping we can do that, but our record hasn't always been that good. In fact, our history as Protestant churches is to just create another entity. And maybe we'll do it better this time. I don't know.